Wait.
These are all professionals. Is it?
You just
You can fix
back up
it.
a lot.
You can fix it. If it falls or something. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Willow Reeves. A man very important once said, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" Today and every day, I honor a very important man. Through his adversities and his pain, he still had a heart for people. As a child, he grew up hated by the community and even his close relatives. He was despised by those around him for how he grew up and the family he grew up in. That didn't stop him though. He was a very determined young adult, and he still followed a path that was after his heart. He cared for people in many different ways. He performed things that people still today acknowledge and recognize. He did many things for many people all over the world, and he's still doing many things for people today, through his heart for people and through his love for people. He knew that he had a higher calling on his life. He had something very important that he had to do. That no matter what, he had a purpose for his life. The person that I honor and recognize today is Jesus Christ. You guys may look at me today and see somebody who you think maybe I grew up in this, maybe I've known this my whole life. You look at me and you assume that I'm a Bible thumper, somebody who's always been in this, but I'm not. I actually grew up hating the church. My family despises the church, but that didn't stop this man from reaching into my life. Jesus reached into my life and pulled me from alcoholism, he pulled me from adultery, and he pulled me from atheism. He changed my life around for the better. He changed my heart by his heart. He was the one who changed every circumstance for me. I honor him for all that not only he did in my life, but he's doing in all the lives around me and all the lives across the world. A young man said to Jesus once, "I have followed the commandments and I've done everything that I'm supposed to from my youth." And he said, What else must I do?" And he answered and said unto him, "Master, all of these things I have observed from my youth," speaking of the commandments. Then Jesus, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, "One thing thou lackest. Go thy way, and sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come take up the cross and follow me." This boy gave it all up. He thought the possessions that he had in this earth were greater than what Jesus could give him. He gave up eternity in heaven for a couple measly things in this world. Things that will fade away and things that will end. The young man said he was sad at that saying and went away grieved, for he had great possessions. For if he only knew what Jesus had for him in heaven. You guys may not agree with what I had to say today, and you may not agree with who I talk about, but I pray that you will take some of these words into consideration, and most of all his word into consideration. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful night. It's all right. You can clap if you want to.